Hey YouTube. Recently I favorited one of the Into the Mind of a Creationist videos. I'll link to it. And one of my friends on my Facebook, because it shows up on my Facebook when I favorite stuff, commented on it. And it was really, his comment, it was very unsorted and didn't make a lot of sense. You can tell he doesn't often debate it. And so I respect that he commented, but I'm a little bit upset that he didn't think it through as well or study it enough. For instance, he actually said at the very beginning, but not even Darwin believed his own theory for all species. And then I responded, this claim doesn't make sense. And then and he posted this all at once, then I responded to it in sections. And then another quote is, evolution is not universal. Not every species has evolved. Alligators, for example, are extremely similar to their ancestors. And then I said, alligators evolved from something, though. And that's the point you're missing. Just because a species is still around doesn't mean another species hasn't evolved from it. Like, he wasn't in the right head with this stuff. And there's more, and then he says, but the idea that there's a creator is not an absurd claim. And I said, I don't claim that there's no creator in quotations, but I do claim in certain ways that, I do claim certain ways that life came about being, as it is now, are very understandable and supported. Like, the evolution is a very obvious explanation. It's supported by mountains of evidence from all areas of science. I went on to say, believing in evolution isn't claiming no one created the universe. And being an atheist, I don't claim that it isn't possible that the universe was created by some sort of designer. But I do claim that it isn't possible for us to know sure either way. Therefore, without evidence, I cease to speculate on such matters. Another quote from him. Unfortunately, the bias of many scientists is to avoid the subject of God, as he cannot be proven. Avoid? As a scientist, there is no point to including God, as he makes no difference in the matter of science. There's no avoiding God. There's just not finding him in the evidence. There's a big difference. And then I went on to say, a discussion about evolution is not one about the creation of the universe. John, I'd appreciate if you stayed on subject a bit more. I understand your views, but I wish that you'd talk about them in a more live situation, in a way, I meant in a way that we could IM back and forth. I've seen this happen a lot when I talk about evolution. People make false claims about how Darwin felt. It's mostly misunderstanding, and the biggest problem is that it always ends up going to the creation of the universe or abiogenesis, neither of which have anything to do with evolution. There's a few other things he said that I disagree with so much, but I think that they're kind of self-defeating to the point where I didn't really feel like taking the time to respond to them. But I pulled some stuff that I've heard a lot, and I just decided to throw it up on YouTube. Tell me what you think. Thanks for listening.